Hello everybody and welcome to day one of Freshers Fortnight. If you have not seen the video that I posted yesterday, I highly recommend going and giving that a watch. It will kind of just explain what's going to be happening here over the next 2 weeks. But yeah, today I thought what better way to get into it than talk about Freshers itself and what the bleep it actually is. However, before we get into that, I do just want to comment on the fact that a literal storm has just started outside, and because of that the lighting is probably going to be all over the place. I apologise, not much I can do about it because I've got a lot of videos to film. So today we're going to be talking about Freshers Week, what it actually is, what to expect from your first week at university. And obviously I'm talking about this from personal experience. I go to Aberdeen University, if you don't know, and I'm just going to talk a little bit about what happens there and what I've gathered kind of happens at other unis as well. So tackling the question head on, what is Freshers Week? Basically it is the first week of university before you get into actually doing the lectures and the seminars and the tutorials. It's just to welcome you to that university, to that city, show you a little bit about what to expect, and it's basically there to help you settle in. Often there will be events on campus and across the city. There will be welcome lectures, nights out, events in halls. There is a lot happening. It is very busy. It is a hectic week, probably one of the most hectic you will ever experience in your life. But it's designed in that way to pull you out of your shell, to get you out of your room, to get you interacting with people, talking to people, meeting the people that you're going to be spending the next few years of your life with. Because it is so crazy, there's so much happening, I've decided I'm going to break this video down into kind of the three main things that happen at a Freshers Week. Number one being the university timetable and the kind of academic side of things. Number two being the different events that are being held on and around campus. And number three, the nights out. Night outs? Nights out? I'm going into fourth year and I don't... Help me! I have made notes just down here so that I don't miss anything out, so if I'm looking down, that is why. Starting, we're going in, number one, university timetable. Now, whichever course you're enrolled on at whichever university you're going to be going to, chances are there will be at least one welcome talk, and this will be held during Freshers Week. So just for a little bit of context and ironing things out, at the University of Aberdeen, our Freshers Week starts on the 2nd of September and actual uni starts on the 9th. But in that first week, starting from the 2nd, for your course there will probably be a welcome talk, and this will just kind of outline what's going to be happening that year. It'll probably give you a better idea of what topics you're going to be studying, where you're going to be studying, then what modules you're going to be doing. It'll tell you kind of what to expect from the course, anything that you're going to need to do before you get there, and probably most importantly anything that you're going to need to buy, any books that you're going to need. If you're not on a course that's already emailed out your reading list, that's probably the lecture that they will tell you what you need to do. I would just like to point out that for the majority of people, these lectures will not be down as mandatory, they're not obligatory, but I would highly recommend going to them because that lecture is what's going to make everything seem to make a little bit more sense. University is very different to school, and if you go to these lectures I feel like it's probably going to make everything seem a little bit more familiar, so if you have a welcome lecture, definitely go to it. Other than that, there isn't really much focus on academics and what you're actually going to be studying during Freshers Week. I think some universities do different talks kind of more about looking after yourself and mental health and cooking for yourself, just different kind of life skills-esque classes. And if they do have some of them and you want to go to them, I'd highly recommend. Not only will it put your mind at ease a little bit, but it's also a good chance to meet other people. And number two, talking about events on campus / around campus. Probably the main event that you're going to hear a lot about is your Freshers Fair and your sports fairs. I would say 100% go to these. At Aberdeen, the Freshers Fair is there as a kind of overall look at what the university offers, as well as some societies and clubs that aren't to do with sports. So things like the Drama Society, different clubs and societies for your subject area. I know there's like an Education Society, Aberdeen Uni, things like that. And then you have the sports fair, which is fairly self-explanatory. Basically at the sports fair, all of the sports clubs that you can join at your university will come together, kind of show you what their club is all about, and you can sign up if you would like to. Also, if any of you are coming to Aberdeen, I will be at the sports fair. I will probably be walking around the Freshers Fair as well. but I will be on the Aberdeen Snow stand at the sports fair because you should join Aberdeen Snow. If you are there, come and say hi. Yeah. I feel like it's important to mention that when you do go to the sports fairs and societies fairs, if you do put down your email, that is not you signing up for that society. You do not need to pay anything. There's no obligation that you're then actually going to join that club or society. That's basically just a contact so that they can send you an email when memberships do open. I think in my first year I went and I put my name down for maybe about 10 different clubs and societies. I ended up joining 2, but still it's a good way to hear from people to kind of just get a better idea of what you could be doing next year. Also at Aberdeen Uni they have different challenges that happen throughout the week, and these are basically designed to help you to learn your way around the campus. I'm not sure what's going to be going on this year, but last year we had a challenge called the King's Cup. And basically it was kind of like a treasure hunt throughout all the different freshers events and the different areas of the uni, and you could like collect different stamps or something and you won something at the end. I don't really know. But things like this can be quite fun to get involved in, especially if you're going into your first year and you want something to do with your flatmates that doesn't involve going out and drinking all the time. Get involved in any challenges, scavenger hunts, things like that, because it's quite interesting. It helps you find your way around the university, and you could also win something, and that's always a bonus. And finally, definitely keep your ear to the ground. Look on Facebook pages and different things like that, because often during Freshers Week your university or different clubs and societies within your university will host different nights like movie nights, barbecues, social gatherings and things like that. And again, it's something that's quite interesting just to go to, get involved with your flatmates. And also going to something like that, it's a little bit different. It's a social event, but it's not like going on a night out. I feel like the university and the kind of student association in particular are really good at arranging different nights that don't involve drinking. So if that's not your thing, if you're at uni and you're under the age of 18, definitely have a look for different events like that. And the final thing, what are we expecting on nights out? What's that all about? So again, I'm only speaking from personal experience here, but during Freshers Week, I'd say probably the majority of clubs want to get in on the action. There will be different deals, different club nights, people trying to drag you in left, right and centre into their club. And I would say take advantage of it. If you're the type of person that can go out on a few nights out in a row, do it. If not, go to 1 or 2, that's absolutely fine. But I feel like it's important to say, especially at this point in the video, know your limits, say yes to things, get to know people, but also learn to say no when you feel like you need to. Don't feel like you have to go on every single night out and totally wear yourself out, because that is not the aim of Freshers Week at all. But in saying that, if you want to go out, definitely do, have a great time. Something that I've got asked quite a lot recently is about the wristbands that are being sold for university fresher events. And this is something that I wanted to touch on briefly in this video. So I know at Aberdeen Uni they have like a student association wristband that you can buy. I think it's like £25 maybe. And I think all that really does is get you entry into one of the clubs in Aberdeen for all the nights of Freshers Week. Personally, I never got one when I moved to Aberdeen because I was 17 and I didn't know if it would be worth it if I couldn't go to any of the like alcohol-y events. So therefore, are they worth it? I can't really answer that question because from personal experience, I have no idea. But a few people I've heard of that did buy it aren't too fussed on it. And I feel like if you buy a wristband, you feel the obligation to need to go to the things that are there. Whereas if you just play it by ear, then it's a bit more simple. Also bear in mind that if you buy one of these wristbands and your flatmates don't, you're not going to have anyone to go with. So maybe wait until you get to your university, or wait until you find a few of your flatmates on Facebook or something and you can buy them together. It's something that is completely personal. I feel like for me, I probably wouldn't buy them because I know now the club that Aberdeen go to with that wristband is not a club that I really enjoy. So yeah. Also bear in mind that I am talking from personal experience from 3 years ago now, so the full setup of these wristbands might have changed and I'm just talking rubbish. And the final thing that I just want to mention talking about nights out, I've kind of touched on it, but do not feel a pressure that you need to go out. I feel like Freshers Week is now this full big like myth and legend of nights out and just constantly going out, getting drunk, doing it the next day, but that is not what the aim of Freshers Week is. If you don't want to drink, you can still totally get involved in Freshers Week. As I mentioned, when I went to uni I was 17, so I couldn't actually go on the nights out, but personally I like being around an environment that people are drinking and having a good time. So I went to prees with everyone. I'd go to someone's flat, like a flat party, and then when everybody went out to go to the club, I'd go home, and I actually really enjoyed it. And to be honest, it probably was a saviour, because a lot of my flatmates were dead after Freshers Week because they'd tried to go out every single night. Whereas your little gal over here, she just went to the prees and then went and had a nap. It was a great time. I guess the moral of the story is do what's right for you, and just because you might not be the person that likes to go out doesn't mean you're not going to have a good time. So there we have it. I'm going to end it there. Video number 1 of our little Freshers fortnight. I hope you enjoyed. If this video was helpful to you, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, anyone else that you know is going to university, because if it's helped you, it might help them too. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, please do, because there will be loads more where these came from. I'm posting a video every weekday for the next 2 weeks, so if you've got any questions, I'm probably going to answer them. Anyway, I'm away now. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you again tomorrow with a new video. Bye!